Expectations, they keep weighing me down.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Marjolaine, and in today's video we got a story time. I'm gonna be talking about I'm sorry, it's that I still haven't recovered from it to this day. And you know, big shout out and God bless my mother and my best friend, because honestly it's all thanks to her mind, well, her and my mom's mind, you know, they linked up. Thank God that they did. Anyways, today's video I'm gonna be talking about how NCT FaceTimed me when they were in Miami. So my mom and her boo work in like these little kiosks at Miami Beach every weekend, and you know, they sell, my mom sells jewelry and her boo sells lemonade, like fruits. He has like a fruit kiosk, that's what it is. And my mom's boo was looking for someone to help him out that day. And he had asked me, he's like, hey, are you gonna be in town this weekend? Because I did drive to go see them, to go see NCT that weekend in Miami. So he had asked me, he's like, hey, are you gonna be in Miami this weekend? I need someone to help me work at the booth. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, but I can't help you because I'm going to the concert that day, so I'll ask my friend. So I texted Noemi and I'm like, hey Noemi, I'm like, he needs help with someone to help him at the fruit stand, the kiosk. Do you think you'd be able to help out? You know, he's paying such and such, whatever. So I told her and she said, yeah, I can go, I need the money. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I had told her the day before, I already knew NCT was in Miami, and I told her the night before, I'm like, hey, I'm like, if you go work tomorrow, I have a feeling, I'm like, I'm not sure, but I have a feeling they might go, so be on the lookout for them. So she told me, she's like, haha, yeah, whatever. But you know, I had kind of already stuck the idea in her head, and I kind of brushed it to the side. Like after I said it, I was like, oh, I don't think they'll go the day of the concert, which is what they did. But I'm like, I don't think they'll go the day of the concert. It's a Sunday. Like if anything, they'll go to the beach maybe the day after. And then the day of, you know, Sunday, my roommate Elizabeth and Evelyn were in my house in Miami, right? And then we're all in my room and we're talking. And all of a sudden, you know, as we're talking, oh, just kidding, I had already showered. And I said, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start getting ready. It was ready around 1, I want to say. It was like 12 something. It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I said, okay, the concert starts at 8. I want to be at the venue at around 6. So I'll start getting ready really early, because it's what I always do for my concert dates. I usually start getting ready hours before the show even starts. So I'm like, I'll start getting ready. I was gonna curl my hair. It was already ironed, so I'm like, I'm gonna curl my hair, do my makeup, I'll change, do my nails. So I had my whole day planned out, you know. And as I am sitting down, my curling iron is already burning hot. I'm sitting down in front of my mirror. My roommates are behind me, they're on their phones. As I'm about to literally pick up the curling iron to do my hair, my friend FaceTimes me. So I answer and I'm like, hello. And then she goes, they're here. And I'm like, what? I'm like, stop playing. My roommate's kind of here. And then they kind of just like, you know, they huddle around me and they get close. And she flips like the iPhone camera, like, you know how you flip the camera, whatever. She flips the iPhone camera. And they're all literally in front of the fruit kiosk, just taking pictures and walking around. I think the first one that I saw was Johnny. And I'm like, have they like come up to you? And she's like, yeah, they ordered 20 lemonades. Johnny had gone up to my best friend and he ordered 10 lemonades. And then she's like, oh, okay, 10? And he goes, yeah. And then he kind of like turned around and he talked to one of the staff members, and he turned back and he's like, actually, make it 20. So he ordered for the group, well, the group and the staff, I'm guessing. So he ordered 20 lemonades and he paid for them. And then he told my best friend, he told my best friend, He told my best friend that they were probably gonna go to the beach and get inside the water, and then they would come back for the lemonades. So she calls me after that happens, and then she's like showing me them, and then they're like kind of they weren't that far from the camera, but you know, they probably thought she was like recording or something. So she's like showing me them, and I see Johnny, and then I see my baby Utah, and then I see Doyoung, and I'm like dying with my roommates, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, I can't believe they're there. Like, my mom met NCT before I met NCT. I'm like, how is, in what world? And then all of a sudden she like flips the camera to herself, and then I'm like talking to her, and I'm like, oh my god. So I'm like asking her like what happened, like how did she notice. So she's telling me that pretty much they were coming up, like they were just walking, and my mom was the one that noticed them, and she's like, Noemi, those are Marjolin's Korean guys. So that's when she FaceTimed me, you know, after she talked to Johnny. And then she's like telling me the story. She was FaceTiming me, and then she flipped the camera from herself to face outwards, and then that's when I started the screen record, I think. And it was Johnny. Johnny was in front of her. He kind of waved, and he was saying hi, and I think after Johnny it was Doyoung. I might be wrong, but I think it was Doyoung. And then they're like waving, and I'm just literally dying. Like, my soul is leaving my body, because I'm like, oh my god, Evelyn's favorite member is Johnny, so she's like beyond dead at this point. I'm like having a heart attack. What my best friend ended up doing is that she flipped the camera so that it would, like, you know, when you FaceTime someone, obviously the camera's facing you. So that's what she ended up doing, but she put the phone like in the front of like the register so that it was facing them, because they had ordered like the lemonades, and they were just kind of like just standing there, like just kind of walking around taking pictures. So I'm just there, and I'm like in my phone just watching them take pictures. And I think Doyoung came up, and he like pointed at the camera. He kind of asked my best friend, he's like, oh, like, are you, like, I mean, I don't know if he asked, but he kind of figured that she was FaceTiming us. And then he's like saying hi, and I'm like, like, hi. So I'm like dying. And then after that, he calls over Mark. I think, was it Mark? I think Jungwoo was there, I don't remember, but he calls over Mark. And then Mark literally got so close to my friend's phone, so he was like right up in the camera, and he starts talking to us, and he's like, hey, and I'm like, I'm like, oh my god. So I'm like, oh, hi. And then he's like, are you guys coming to the show tonight? And I'm like, yeah. And then they were going to like this televised show, which, by the way, 0 out of 5 stars. They were freaking assholes about it, but anyways, I told him, I'm like, oh, and I'm going to this televised show tomorrow. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow as well. He's like, oh, but you're coming to the show tonight, right? And I'm like, yeah, I am. And he's like, oh, we'll see you guys tonight. And I'm like, no, you're not. I'm like, you're not gonna see me, but I'll see you. So I was like, I was dying. And then he was so sweet. Like, he was just asking us, like he was telling us like to enjoy the show, and that he was gonna see us today and tomorrow, well, the day after. And I was just like, yeah. So whatever, he's like waving, and then he gets out of the frame. And then when he was talking to us, fucking Tae was like in the back, and then he was just like, oh, he was being so cute, and I'm getting like teary just talking about it. Like, I'm so happy. Like, my smile is like because I can't believe like what luck I ran into when they were in Miami. Like, I honestly don't know. So whatever, Tae was like waving in the back, and then after Mark leaves, Jungwoo was he came up to the camera as well, and he was like doing peace signs, and then he was like dancing. I remember that. He was dancing, and I'm like, oh, he's so cute, and he was waving. And Jungwoo was my second favorite member. I mean, honestly, after that FaceTime call, I think they're all my favorite members. But I was like a little bit biased towards Jungwoo, and I'm like really biased towards Utah. So I was like dying when Jungwoo was in the camera, and I'm like, oh, he's so cute. As we're talking, I see my bias just turns the corner, and he starts walking towards the kiosk, and I'm like I saw him, but it didn't click that it was him. And then Elizabeth goes, Marjorie, that's Utah. And then I turn around and then he's just right there. So obviously I'm like dying. And then he's like saying hi. I'm like, and then after he says hi, my best friend's phone fell backward. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I can't believe the phone fell. I'm like, I can't see them anymore. And then I see someone just grabs like the phone. And I'm like, it's Utah. I'm like, it's him. So he grabs the phone and he positions it up again. And then he says hi again. And then he like kind of got up and he like fixed his hair or whatever. And then he just like left. But I'm like, Utah touched my best friend's phone. Like, so yeah, in the FaceTime call, I pretty much saw all of them except for Jaeon, Echin, or Taeyeon. Like they were like all the way in like the back. They didn't really come up to the FaceTime call. Obviously, like my friend told me, she's like, they're gonna go get in the water. And then I was like, okay, I'll head over. So they went into the water. I hung up with my best friend and then I drove over to Miami Beach. There was so much traffic, but I made it. And then I felt so bad because I was so excited about seeing them that I was like walking like towards the tents. And my mom, I just hear my mom calling. She's like, they're leaving. And I'm like, no. So I'm like running with my two roommates because Natalia was still on her way. So I'm like running with my two roommates to see if we can make it. And then obviously we weren't gonna mob them or anything, but I just wanted to see them. Like I wanted to see them before they left. So I'm like running. I thought they were gone, but my mom was like, they're leaving, but they were still right there. So as I see them, and then out of nowhere, Doyoung just literally like, he turns around. I didn't know he was still at the fruit kiosk. So I'm running past the kiosk, and as I'm running, he turns around, and I like, we were running like full speed and we almost bumped into him. I felt bad because I like almost ran him over. So I'm like, I was like, sorry, but it was just like, I was so in shock of seeing him from that close that he definitely knew that we knew who he was. He was so cute. He was just so tiny. Like, oh, they were so small. Like, I know they're taking pictures with fans and stuff, but I'm like, I'm not gonna even try to ask because it was us three, and I'm like, it already kind of looks like we're a group of crazies. I'm like, we already got our FaceTime call. I just wanted to see them from like a close proximity, and I'm like, that's fine. Like, if that's all I get, that's fine. But yeah, we were just observing art, you know. They were just like, they were beautiful, and they were drinking the lemonades. And it was just so surreal. They ended up leaving. And then after they left, we ended up going back home. We got ready for the concert. And then at the concert, they were talking about like things that they've done in Miami so far. And then they're like, oh yeah, we went to the beach. And I start recording because I'm like, I have a feeling one of them is going to mention the lemonade and I'm going to lose my absolute. And you know what? It happened.
And then 레모네이드 먹었어요. 아, we also ate lemonade. Yeah. Anyway, you didn't get to get the full Miami, I'm gonna be honest. But you know what that means?
So yeah, and then the day after, we went to like the televised thing, and then we were waiting for them to come out because the stupid TV studio didn't let us go in. But we were outside and we were in the front. So after everything happened, like after the show was recorded, they were coming out. Me and my roommates had made signs at like 3 in the morning the night before after the concert saying FaceTime us again, NCT. The other one had Miami loves NCT. And then she put like a lemonade picture. I don't remember exactly what their sign said, but it was something like that. And then my other friend said, come back for more lemonade. And then I had Lemonade Girl on mine. So yeah, it was pretty cute. And then they came out and we were literally in the front. Like there was no one in front of us. So they came out and we just all put our signs up. And then you just see Johnny read my friend's sign. You know, he saw Evelyn and then that's her bias. So he read her sign and then he's like scanning all of our signs. I know Taeyong tried to read ours, but I don't know if he understood it. I know Utah looked at me and I was again dying. And then I don't think Mark saw. I can't remember who else saw our signs, but I'm pretty sure Johnny read our signs. I'm pretty sure they did. That's pretty much my weekend with NCT. So yeah, make sure you stream Superhuman on all platforms and buy their albums, which are now available at Target. So let's go. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.